You literally care too much what people think. Trust me, I was that girl too. I totally cared way too much about what people thought of me, and it made me so insecure because I dictated how much I loved myself based off someone else liking me. Whether it was a guy I liked, a crush, or even friendships. And one thing I noticed is if it's a friendship or if it's a guy and you have to question if they like you have to question if people like you have it all wrong. You should sit there and change the way you think of it rather than do they like me and ask, why should I like them? You have to stop looking for that external validation and realize that your own validation is the most important thing. When you stress too much about if somebody else likes you, that very much reflects that you don't even like yourself as much. And look, don't get me wrong, that's like such a hard pill to swallow. When people care too much what other people think of them, it comes from a lack of having their own validation for themselves. This is something that I struggled with, and for the longest time, I wanted to impress so many people. I wanted people to like me. I thought that if my friends had these friends, I had to be their friend too. And I grew so much attachment to an idea that if a person I like likes someone, I must like them too. Or if I have a friend who is a part of this group, I have to be part of the group. And I would chase and chase and chase, and all it did was run away from myself. I'm here to share with you how I kind of went about healing myself and accepting myself wholly and not caring what people think. And I know that sounds like maybe naive to say when you don't care people think like, oh, she thinks she's the SHIT. It's not to say that. It's more so the self-love that I've curated for myself and the things that I've done to love every version of me and accept all of who I am has only allowed me to go through this life in peace. So if you're in a phase right now where you're worried about the people liking you, worried about not making friends, and you're stuck and you're feeling lost and you're carrying or worrying that someone doesn't like you, then hi and welcome. I'm Joanna. I have a lot of videos on self-love and elevating and being better, and all of it is based off my own experience because, babe, the only reason I am here is because I've accepted all those versions of myself and have gone through all the things that now I get to be here and show other people, because I wish I had this person to listen to look up to, and I hope that I can help you. So the first thing is, not everyone's going to like you, and it's their loss. It's fully their loss if they don't like you. When we care too much what other people think, I think it's more of like you're starting to chase. And the whole thing about femininity, yes, I'm going to get into this, we do not chase. We attract. And the way it works with like a guy liking us and us wanting a guy to like us so bad is the same way it works with friends, with family, with whoever we desire to be friends with, right? Look, when you look like you're hungry and you look, say you like a guy, say you want a friend, we can think of it in either way. Let's do a boy, for instance. We like a guy, we have a crush, right? And we try to chase them, we follow them around, we try to show up to the same place that they are, we tell them that we like this, we like that, we like all the things that they like because you want them to like you so much. No, you're doing it all wrong. You're scaring the boy. Same thing with friends. When you try to sit there and say, oh, I love this color just because she likes this color, or like, oh my God, I want this car just because she has that car. Oh my God, I'm going to the beach this Saturday just because, she's going to be there, or like, like stuff like that. Like, don't do that. Don't. You're chasing. You are trying way too hard to make another person like you, to make another person invite you to something you want to be at. You do not want to be that girl. If you're invited, you're invited. And if you're not, who cares? You have a life of your own. You can find your own fulfillment for yourself, and you're going to be all right. The best thing I did for myself is find comfort in my solitude. And here's why. I think for the longest time, I actually at a young age never really attached myself to anyone too hard. Maybe it's my attachment style that I had trauma from. That's a whole other thing. But one thing about me is I had this abandonment attachment style. So I would never let myself get too close to someone. And that was because I had a fear of abandonment. Or another way you can see how this showed up in my life was being in a relationship and doing everything for them because I didn't want them to go anywhere. I wanted to show how much I love them. I would do anything to show how much I cared, to get that validation that like I'm such an amazing girlfriend, I'm so amazing, and like they never want to leave me. Abandonment attachment. Attachment kind of, I guess it can work in your favor and not. Like there has to be a balance with all these types of attachment. Whereas like in friendships, for instance, I never got very attached to friends, and that was because if a friend wants to be friends with someone else, I think we all might get an inner slight jealousy when we see like a friend that you're really close with hang out with other people. And that's something I never let myself feel because I never let myself get too attached to a person. I never relied or depended too hard on my fulfillment in life or like excitement and fun activities and all those things. I never depended on getting those things and feeling that through another person because I avoided being too attached to a person. I avoided even like the title of best friend. And like this is so interesting. My girl's probably even watching this. I love her, but I admitted that because I realized that I got really scared of that word best friend. And I think I just got afraid because it is like a commitment. It's a commitment to be someone's best friend, I feel. And I think I was scared of that idea of an attachment to someone because it is closeness. And I, even though love the person so much and she's an amazing, amazing friend, she really is a best friend to me. And I realized, and I actually had this conversation with her, that it comes from like a deep-rooted maybe trauma or fear. And obviously we're all allowed to have different friends, and that's like all the way around. I too also enjoy hanging out with people. I do not attach myself to groups of people. And I remember getting into a group of 3 girls, best friends, and then we all just split, and thinking to myself, when I fell off with one of those girls, I didn't say anything to the third girl in our group because I didn't want her to think that I was trying to control her decision to be friends with someone or not. And I didn't want that. And I've had friends where I've been in groups in high school where like these girls would, I had conflicts with one girl, and we're on a group of friendship at the time. Am I saying that right? We're really in a big group. There's a big group of us in high school. And I had conflict with one girl. And having conflict with that one girl made 2 other girls not like me. Like it was like really one-sided, like, you know, like she decided to share what was going on with me and her to these other girls, and I think it put them in uncomfortable positions, making them feel like they had to choose in a way, and it just caused conflict with all of us. Like at that point, it wasn't me and one girl having beef now, it was me and the 3 of them, and it was like really terrible. I'm not even friends with them anymore. Wish them well, but like it's for the better. You don't want to be in relationships with people that can't be mature enough to, you know, communicate and overcome conflict. And that's another thing about growing up is you lose people. Some people come into your life not to stay, but to teach you something. And that was a huge valuable lesson that I got out of that friend group and that friendship. And it's the best thing that I could have experienced too, because you're not always going to be friends with the same people you were friends with when you're 10, when you're in high school, freshman year. Like that huge group that you develop ends up being like one girl at the end. Like, to be so for real, and sometimes even none. Okay? Like I think I'm still friends with one girl from high school. Seriously. But it's okay. Like I still have developed and found such amazing other friends. Like the girl I call my best friend now, literally met her, junior year of college. Like you meet so many amazing people on the way of your growth journey, and it's a blessing because sometimes you have to close a door to open another. So you're not going to still be friends, and if you're worried that you're going to be lonely and you're going to have no friends, it's better to have no friends than the wrong friends, babe. So always remember that. But the whole point of this is that you need to love yourself and discover what you love and the people you want to be around, and where you want to grow is where you're going to attract the right people that will want to grow with you. Some people are not ready to grow at the same time as you, and that's okay. And if it's causing you to stay in a stagnant spot, then it's up to you to make that decision to distance yourself. So many relationships where I had to do that with so much love and respect, I had to close that door with a lot of friends and people, and it wasn't easy. It was totally uncomfortable, but it's helped me get more clarity and help me grow. And you end up finding people on the way that are on the same journey as you, and it's so amazing. They can go and hang out with whoever they want, but they're not ready to grow the way you are, and we all grow at different times, and you have to accept that. We can't sit there and try to make someone else grow if they're not ready to. So that's one thing that's really important to think about and remember. I actually want to make a video on this. I keep saying long story short, and this is not no short story. Look, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to agree with what you think about. Nobody has to. The same way you do not have to agree with what your friends do or how they think or what they want. Like, you can have different beliefs, okay? And it's really important to be open-minded, and it's really important to know that not everyone thinks like this. Not everyone can sit there and accept the fact that they can't and they won't be friends with this person that they've been friends with since the freaking sandbox, all right? Learn to accept that you are growing and this is your life, and as long as you are fulfilled with yourself, you will be okay. The right people will be attracted to you, and sometimes you have to let go of people in order to discover those new friendships that elevate you, that help you grow, that motivate you, And that's where you step into the new version of yourself. Not only is stepping into the highest version of yourself mean changing your habits and your environment, but a lot of the times it has to do with changing who is in your environment. But you will overcome it. You have to find fulfillment within yourself, and you have to learn to be happy with yourself, to find fulfillment and fun and spontaneous and adventure and all these amazing cool experiences for yourself, because not everyone is meant to stay in your life, and that's okay. That's all part of the journey. You don't have to have it with bad intention. It could totally be with so much love, but it's a part of growth journey, and not everyone's going to understand that, and not everyone has to. So I hope you guys like this video. How fun I have this mic now. Hope this helps, and let me know if you guys want any more videos, or if you want me to talk about other topics, make another video of something you heard that stood out, okay? I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching.